Hey guys, welcome back to Mighty Morphin DJ. I'm DJ, and today we're going to count down the top 10 things that I wish that we had seen in Power Rangers Once and Always. Let's take a look at it. Spoiler alert is in effect. Alright, so the first thing that I wish we could have seen were the Zeo Rangers. Zeo Pink, Zeo Blue, Zeo Green, Zeo Red. When Rocky and Kat are brought in to supplement the team after Jason and Kimberly and Tommy are captured, it was cool to see them morph into Mighty Morphin Rangers, but to me it would have made more sense for them to have morphed into their Zeo powers, because technically there's nothing in canon that says they lost the powers. They should still have them somewhere. So it would have been cool to see Zeo Blue and Zeo Pink fight alongside Mighty Morphin Blue and Black, and then eventually Yellow. That would have given Johnny Young Bosch, as Adam, to fight with the other Rangers as well, because technically he still has his Zeo Green powers. He should never have lost them. So I really wish we could have seen that. I think it would have been really cool to see Mighty Morphin and Zeo fighting side by side. It would have made for a great dynamic throughout the course of the episode. Alright, the second thing I wish we could have gotten was to have actually seen the viewing globe being used. In the new command center, we see that there is a brand new viewing globe sitting over there in the corner, but they never use it. They use the monitors that are on the console of the computers, but not one time do we see that viewing globe fire up. It would have been really cool to see them go, behold the viewing globe, like Zordon used to say, and them actually look at it and utilize it. I don't know why they didn't do that. They built it. Surely they intended to use it. Maybe it just was something that got cut from the final edit or something. I don't know. But I wish we could have seen them use the viewing globe, because that was one of the cornerstones of the original show, was Zordon, behold the viewing globe, and everything they needed to see on the viewing globe. Alright, the third thing I wish we could have seen in Power Rangers Once and Always is just more from Adam and Aisha, Johnny Young Bosch and Karen Ashley. They are two of my favorite Power Rangers of all time, all 30 years of the franchise, and they got to do jack squat in this special. They got some dialogue near the beginning, they got some dialogue near the end. That's all they got to do, and I would love to have seen more. It didn't have to be a whole lot, it could have just been one 5 or 10 minute segment of them on a mission related to what's going on out in space somewhere. Maybe we get to see Adam morph into Zeo Green. Aisha could have been on Earth and been Mighty Morphin Yellow while they're leading up to Min inheriting the Mighty Morphin Yellow Ranger powers in honor of her mom. We could have seen these things and we just didn't, and I do not know why. So really, that's my biggest thing, is I just wish we could have seen more from both those characters. I love those characters. I love the actors that played those characters. And again, like going back to the number one thing, I would love to have seen Zeo Green fight alongside the Mighty Morphin Rangers. It would have been cool. Alright, the number 4 thing I wish we could have seen in this special is just more Ranger cameos. We kind of did, because, they had all the Lightning Collection figures there on either side of Rita's machine, but we didn't really get anything from other actors who have been in Power Rangers. We didn't get anything from the cast of Time Force, we didn't get anything from the cast of In Space, Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed Rescue. We didn't get anything from these characters, and I would really like to have, even if it was just a stuntman in the suits, doing some stuff, showing them get captured. We could have at least seen that, and we didn't get any of it, and I hate that, because I would like to have seen it, The Rangers that Rita captured, we could have just seen them being captured. That's all I wanted to see. We could have just seen more Rangers in action. I'm not upset with who we got, because who we got was great, but I would love to have seen more. I don't think it would have cost them that much. Alright, the number 5 thing I wish we could have seen from the special was just more villains and more minions. Rita had a time machine. Now, I know the story was she needed to charge it up first and then use it to meet her younger self, and that took the entire course of the episode, but if she had just found a way to charge it up early on, and then she could just summon more minions and more monsters to her cause, that would have been really cool. We had putties. We haven't seen putties in decades. I love putties. But I would have liked to see the Tango Warriors as well fighting alongside the putties. Maybe see some cogs. Power Rangers has no shortage of minions, or as I like to call them, jobbers. But it would have been cool to see Rita kind of create her own little mini alliance of villains, and we've seen Power Rangers do that in the past, and with a time machine being in play, that was something that they could have done if they had just rewritten the story a little bit. I was perfectly happy with the story that we got, how it started and how it was executed, but I don't think any of the fans would have been upset with more villains in this story. Hey guys, before we get into the rest of the video, I have a question for you. Do you like my content? Do you want to see more of it? Are you just a fan of the Power Rangers in general? If you said yes to any of these, then I have a small request. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell to receive notifications of future videos. And now, on with the video. Alright, the number 6 thing that I would like to have seen in this special was the Master Morpher. At this point in the Power Ranger story, he does have the Master Morpher. It would have been cool to see him switch from Mighty Morphin Green to Mighty Morphin White to Zeo Red to Dino Thunder Black, even Turbo Red, because that's power he did have, you know, throughout the course of that opening fight sequence between all the Rangers. And then again in the fight sequence, just before Rita captured them. That's something that I think we would have enjoyed seeing, because we haven't actually seen the Master Morpher on screen since Dimensions in Danger, and aside from the Soul of the Dragon comic book, that's the only time we've ever seen it. So that is something that I wish they had done. I don't think it would have been that hard on the budget, and the fans would really have appreciated it. Alright, the number 7 thing that I wish we could have seen in the special is more Zords. Now, I love the Dino Zords as much as the next guy. I'm an OG 93 fan, but technically it's canon that the Dino Zords were completely destroyed. And I know in canon, Billy probably could have just rebuilt them, you know, because he did build an entire set of Zords on his own in the Zeo Zords, but you know, the Dino Zords were destroyed, the components that they were able to salvage were used for the Thunder Zords, which were later destroyed, so to me it would have been easier or made more sense to bring in other Zords that we know are still out there, that have not been destroyed. The Ninja Zords, the Shogun Zords, the Dragon Zord, Titanus. Those are some Zords that I would love to have seen. Maybe even create a whole new configuration using those Zords, because it's what they have, and it's been 30 years. Maybe they can find new ways to combine these Zords that we've never seen before. Because this special was more than just giving us some fan service and celebrating 30 years, it was an opportunity to experiment with other things. I mean, look at Boom Studios comic books. They combined the Dragon Zord with the Thunder Zord and the Tiger Zord. So if they did that in the comics, why not experiment with something similar in the 30th? I think we'd have appreciated it, we'd have enjoyed it. I would have. Alright, the number 8 thing that I would like to have seen from the Once and Always special would have been appearances by Amy Jo Johnson, J.C. David Frank, Austin St. John, Jason Narvey, and Paul Schreier. I would really like to have seen Kimberly, Tommy, and Jason in the flesh appear in this special, because, you know, they're some of the OGs. And then, of course, Bulk and Skull showing up in person would have been amazing. The cameo that they did with that, you know, buy in bulk, use your skull, you know, they got into like a bulk food business thing, you know, that little poster they did. I like that. I thought that was funny, but I would love to have seen them show up in person. Now, Amy Jo Johnson went on record and saying that she didn't say no, she just didn't say yes to what was offered. So that leads us to believe that Hasbro didn't offer her a good enough deal to make the trip out to New Zealand and, you know, go through the whole process. And, you know, she's busy, so I get that. I do. As far as Austin St. John goes, well, you know, everybody is pretty much saying that Hasbro is just trying to distance themselves from him because of his legal troubles right now. Now, personally, I could give a crap about his legal issues. You know, that's no never mind to me. I appreciate the actor that played the character that I grew up with, and the fans wanted to see him on this special. So they should have just got over it and bit the bullet and said, hey, you're one of their childhood heroes. We need you on this show. Come on out. And then JDF, he was still alive during the filming of this special, but he said he was not going to appear because, you know, he was working on, you know, Legend of the White Dragon, and he was trying to do other things other than Power Rangers, because that had defined his career up to that point. But even so, it was the 30th anniversary. All 5 of those guys should have showed up, even if it was just for a one-off. 30 years! Come on. You know, anyway, that's something that really bothered me. I wish they'd have all made appearances. Alright, the number 9 thing that I wish we could have seen in the special were more Ranger weapons. Now, we got all 5 of the core Ranger weapons. The Power Sword, the Power Daggers, the Power Lance, the Power Bow, and the Power Axe. But they never combined them into the Power Blaster, which would have been awesome. They just didn't do it. I wish they had done that to take Rita out. Don't get me wrong, Zack blowing Rita away with the Power Axe, that was awesome. But wouldn't have been so cool to see all of them combined in the Power Blaster? Would have loved that. We never got an appearance by the Dragon Dagger. You know, Tommy was captured pretty early on in the episode, so we never saw him whip out the Dragon Dagger. We didn't even see it holster. We saw an empty black holster on his Ranger uniform during the second fight with Rita, but we never saw him utilize it. I would like to have seen the Dragon Dagger. I would like to have seen him play the flute, but we never got that. But anyway, I would like to have seen those weapons all working together. It would have been really cool. You know, we didn't even get the power weapons until the last 10 minutes of the special, so that's something that I wish we had seen. Just more Ranger weapons. Alright, the 10th and final thing I wish we could have seen in the Once and Always special would be a pre-credits good message of some kind. Do you remember back in the old show, back in Mighty Morphin, before the credits rolled at the end of every episode, they would do some sort of positive message for kids, like recycle, don't mess with weapons, you know, control your anger, don't get into fights, you know, that kind of thing. I used to love those when I was a kid because, you know, it inspired me to do something other than what I was being taught in school, you know, because it was coming from my heroes rather than coming from teachers that I already didn't like in the first place. So I really wish they could have done something like that. Now, the tribute to We Train and JDF probably served as that, but to get an actual good message video, something that harkens back to those old, you know, pre-credit videos, pre-credit good messages, but geared towards a older, more mature audience, that would have been cool. I would have enjoyed that. Alright guys, well that's it. The top 10 things that I wish we had seen in the Once and Always special. What things did they not do that you would like to have seen? Let me know in the comments below. But in the meantime, if you've enjoyed this video, please check out this video right here and let me know what you think of it in the comments below. But until next time guys, this has been Mighty Morphin DJ, I'm DJ, and you know what time it is.